Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to get into the legendary, nothing less than magic, stardust, divine being, like this motherfucker was everything, the legend Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was basically found unresponsive by Conrad Murray, I think, but it was a propofol, I think that's how it's pronounced, like overdose or some shit like that. Like legit, doing his reading, like since I did his reading or pulled the cards or whatever, I've been feeling this sensation in my left like kidney, like if somebody was pricking me with needles, and then it was like a muscle spasm type thing, and then I'd feel like a little bit of chest pain. So what I'm guessing is his kidneys probably started to give out, and then his heart did, because I think he was in cardiac arrest, and I think you need all of your organs to survive. So pretty much once like one starts to fail, everything else starts to fail. And I think if you're in full-blown kidney failure, it does cause heart failure. I'm not sure, I'm not a damn doctor. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Remember, when I'm speaking to you, that spirit's already channeled through me. So I basically asked Michael to channel around the time of death, like basically what was going on and everything. I was hearing Tommy Mottola, and I don't like Tommy Mottola. He's like one of those dark guys in the industry that only gives a fuck about money. You know, he used to be Mariah Carey's husband and shit. He's just a very evil man, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I said what I said. But anyway, so I was hearing that, and I know they had beef at some point, but I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. So I basically asked him to channel like the day of his death and stuff, or like just around that time frame. So let's just see what he says. Michael also at the time had 2 children, Paris and Blanket. Before I do readings, like I get signs from spirit, like I mentioned this shit time and time again. Basically, people were spreading rumors about Michael Jackson. A lot of this shit that was said was never fucking true. And the way Michael Jackson's soul feels, like this man has such a calming demeanor to him. Like I've never met a human being that has ever had that type of energy ever. It was just like being on a high, like Michael Jackson. Just, there was just something about him. He was divine. He was an angel. He was more than, you know, just a superstar. Like, he was a star. And in the industry, they treated him like a slave, especially Tommy Mottola. Keep in mind, like I said, I'm not like aggressive, but when I read energy and when the spirit channels through me, like I allow them to speak through me. They say what they say. Take it or fucking leave it. It's not my problem. That was for whoever needed to hear that, Karen, because it's a personal problem, not my problem. I don't care about your fucking feelings. First card out was forgiveness. At this point in Michael's life, his soul was basically restless and he was very emotional. He could not sleep, so he needed something just to basically not even take the edge off, like I just don't want to feel life anymore type of thing. He was a very giving person most of his life, all of his life, and people took advantage of that. He had materialistic wealth, he had the life, he had everything, and he was never happy ever, his entire life. He was fed up with dealing with people. I'm seeing people in the music industry, record executives to be exact, not saying any fucking names. Basically all talk, no action. Like I said, they treated him like a slave. But I swear, it's like Michael had no wicked bones in his body. No matter what people did to him, he always found a way to forgive them. Like, that's unheard of. People looked up to him. He was an influencer. Like, he influenced people. He changed people's lives that he didn't even know. He loved his fans and they meant the world to him. And I'm seeing defaming, like all that sexual kid pedophilia shit. It goes on in the fucking industry, allegedly, and you know, they have to defame you some fucking how, and that's exactly what they try to do to Michael Jackson. And he still wanted to forgive them after that. Even after the fact, the man wanted to fucking forgive you, and you still stabbed him in the back. I'm saying, like, I don't know who these people are, but he may have or used to be friends with a few of them. Or at least he thought. I'm hearing keep your enemies closer than your friends. Then you got Black Cat. The Black Cat for me is the witch's familiar. What does the witch do? Magic. What is magic? Hollywood. Disney. Your name in lights. Hollywood is not what it looks like. He's saying Hollywood is a dream that will break your heart. At this time, Michael wanted to redirect his life in a different direction, and I'm seeing him looking into spirituality, or he was thinking about it. It has something to do with spirituality. Or he could have just been a spiritual person. He is an angel, I already said that. It has something to do with his life purpose. And here we go with the stupid ass Capricorn energy every fucking time, man. Distractions, obnoxiousness, stupid people, come on. Immaturity, not everybody grows with age. People get tired of being around the same people that do the same fuck shit that will never be shit in life. I'm seeing music, manipulation of power, you know, all that. It has to do with his records, his music, and stuff like that. Like, basically, he wanted out. There was no way out, and he wanted his music too. And I don't know if he had rights to his music or if he was trying to get rights, but I do see that. He's saying he didn't want the person that had rights to his music having it anymore. Tommy Motella. I don't know if this is true or not because I never looked it up. Remember, all my readings are alleged information. Michael may have been a soft-spoken man, but don't let that shit fool you. When you're a divine being, don't let that soft-spoken, nice, kind-hearted shit fool you, because we can flip the motherfucking script on you, basically. Heaven or hell, pick your side. There is no in-between. He knew he had the money, he could get the rights to his music, but he was up against the devil. I'm seeing wish come true, so he might have got it. Whatever it was he was trying to get, he might have got it. He's saying if you want something, you can't just sit on it. If you want it that bad, you'll fight. The lamp. You see, because of what a lot of idiots fail to realize, when you try to win at all costs and the other person is filled with light, the universe will always have their back. So you may get your way for a little fucking while, but in the end, you will lose every time. Michael Jackson had spirit guides. This is where the spirituality comes in. So he may have had like psychic abilities or something like that. Like I said, he was magic. There's no fucking way. Of course he had spirit guides. And in the interviews, you could see entity attachments and stuff. So they had his back and they were leading him. Trust me, when you have spirit guides, when you are a divine being by blood, your spirit guides are your team, because in actual reality, you don't really, communicate and deal with humans on a daily basis. That's really not your thing. But Michael had an entourage and all this other shit just because he was a celebrity. But he has had spirit guides since the day he was born surrounding him. He has such a soft-spoken voice. He's saying people never truly believe who you are when you tell them. And now I'm hearing When You Wish Upon a Star, that Disney song, it's playing. Michael was just a big kid. He never wanted to grow up. He loved amusement parks and stuff like that, and he may have even loved Disney a lot. I think he had an amusement park on his property, he's saying, or something like that. He was forced to grow up. He was never able to be a child. That's why he always had this childlike mindset. He was a child on the inside. That is something all divine people have, an imagination. He could easily channel into his gifts because of that childlike spirit. And that's something no one on this earth has the power to do, is to take that away from you. They wanted to take his spirit. They wanted to take that away from him. That childlike happiness. They were jealous of it. But it comes with the territory when you're a divine being. Because you're the epitome. You're what everyone wants to be. But most people don't even believe in themselves. They don't even love themselves. So how could they be you? The star of the show. They don't possess it. This man was loved all over the world. And people hated that. I honestly, in my personal opinion, do not think anybody on this earth or that have ever lived besides Elvis, Prince, and Michael Jackson have even had that amount of success. Prince and Michael Jackson, beyond far, had the biggest hearts. They really cared about people. They cared about the black community. Then you got clock, which means time. He did accomplish a lot in his life and his soul was tired. I'm seeing missing opportunities, lack of planning, not seeing where he stood in life, basically, in his career, maybe. I'm seeing there's just a lot of shit that Michael just refuses to put up with anymore. He was gonna stand his ground and they didn't like that. Avoiding tension, wanted to release baggage. I'm hearing threatened by the truth. I don't know what the truth is or what that means, but it's definitely probably some industry fuck shit. Narcissists, liars, they always hate when you put them on the spot. They live their life in illusion. They live their life in fear. They live being a complete lie. I'm hearing bound, so whatever the hell this is, Michael was stuck to it. Basically, he felt stuck. I'm hearing contract. I'm hearing slave. I signed my life away. Circus, clown, puppet. They just used me. They wanted to defeat him at all costs. They wanted to make him feel like he wasn't shit. Like that's just what narcissists do. They try to make you feel like shit because on the inside they know that they ain't shit and will never be shit. It's ego driven, you know, a real mental illness. Michael gave and gave and it never was enough. I'm seeing him like crawling across the floor with shackles on him. The white man. Fun fact though, my real last name is Jackson. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. Obsession with money, greed, wealth. Like I said, this is not Michael's energy. He wasn't that type of person. His records and his music, he's one of the biggest stars in the fucking world. So just imagine how much money he was worth. That dark Hollywood mirror, living in illusion. When you're alive, like he was worth, I don't even know what his net worth was when he was alive, but after his death, I'm sure it tripled because he was one of the biggest stars in the world. I'm picking up Prince's death. If you didn't see that or whatever, go look at it because that had to do with the industry and addictions, and I think this also does too. They basically make you so fucking miserable that you'll want to kill yourself. You're gonna take yourself out either way. They're saying take out the trash. I'm picking up Conrad Murray, and the only reason why I think he has shit to do with it is just because he didn't get no time for killing the superstar of the world. Like, bruh, that's not even fucking heard of. People get life for shooting someone. Michael's saying, I know the energy seems like real hostile, but he just wants to be heard. I think around this time, Michael may have been getting ready to go on a tour or some shit like that. I don't know, or just came back from a tour or like trying to prepare himself for a tour. That's why he wanted sleep. That's what I'm picking up on. And I'm seeing Conrad Murray at like those little tubes that hang from the IV injecting more when he didn't need to. Like it was purposely done. Michael's saying even though he's dead, he kind of glad. Like he's glad that he's dead because he doesn't have to put up with any of these people or their shit anymore. It was hell. I'm seeing unexpected delays. He's also saying they thought they played me, but they played themselves. And you got Paradise. Rest in peace, Paradise. I'm hearing worked me to my death. I'm hearing estate. I don't know if his family fought over his estate, but I'm picking up that they did. Greed. It's crazy what it makes people do. I'm seeing a lot of people involved in that family, a bunch of lawyers. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. I see compassion, creativity. Michael had a special love for his music. I don't think that he was involved with anybody in a relationship, but I wasn't with Michael Jackson, so I don't think so though. Keep hearing that song, The Man in the Mirror, something, something, better days. I don't know the lyrics, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm picking on heavily medicated for years, like he wanted to change this. People that were surrounding him were all about themselves. They didn't really give a fuck about Michael. They were just using him, and basically that shit broke his heart, and then he wasn't taking care of himself or loving himself the way that he should have been. Devil, addictions. Michael knew he was addicted to whatever he was on in the past. Like basically the situation just got worse and worse over the years to the point of where he basically lost control and trust other people with his life. People that were involved with the industry. I don't know if Conrad Murray in the industry had some shit to do with Michael's death. That's what the fuck I do know. Allegedly. Bruh, and I'm picturing his family and I'm hearing loyalty. Like blood doesn't make you shit. Like in the back of the minds of these people, like they kind of wanted Michael to fucking die so they could get his fortune. Then you got New Birth. I feel like Michael feels like he's better on the other side, but at the same time in his life, he just wanted to wake up from this nightmare and like start over, and he couldn't. Again, I'm picking up heavily medicated, like overly heavily medicated. I'm hearing lethal amounts. I'm hearing family members like, why didn't his family keep track of this shit? How they were supposed to? Why wasn't someone sitting with him? The Tower, because they wanted him to die. They knew what was going on, and then they tried to play it off like they fucking didn't when everything was over. But don't worry, you pieces of shit, because Michael still forgives you, even in his death. Loyalty is everything. Blood doesn't mean shit. I put my life on that. Queen of Swords, I'm seeing Michael's spiritual path again. He's wanting to cut out everybody and anybody, it doesn't matter who it was, out of his life that really just didn't serve his higher purpose. He wanted to get clean spiritually, mentally, physically. and people could see this, or they sensed it, someone was on to him. Michael was very private, but I'm seeing one person. There was someone out there that he trusted with his secrets. I see his mother, and I'm going to say it because sometimes I don't say things that I see in readings and I end up regretting it. But I do see his mother. I see that he trusted his mother, but I don't know if she was behind it. I don't think so though, but I do think some of her kids were like emotionally manipulated to her just because she was an older woman. They would act like she didn't know what she was talking about. I think Michael's mother knew something was wrong and she would ask the kids to check on him. They basically would lie to this lady, like I'm seeing this shit. The Jackson 5, like they grew apart as they got older over money and greed and shit. They were never as successful as Michael. Fake, conniving bitches. Then you got the tender touch. These are people that Michael would give hugs to that he generally felt like that loved him, but they didn't. The only reason Conrad Murray or whatever that bitch's name got away with killing Michael is because nobody gave a fuck to do anything about it or to help him get help. Funny, I said Conrad instead of Conrad. He was a con, a fake, and he wanted to get rid of Michael Jackson. He was the one that was going to do it. He did. Con artist. He conned Michael in believing that he could make him better. Maybe Michael was actually on propofol for withdrawal symptoms, and Conrad told him that here, you sleep for a few days and your withdrawal symptoms will be gone. We'll never know. Deep betrayal, wounds, loss, crisis. When news broke of Michael's death, the world could not believe this tragedy. Like, people all over the world were fucking shook, and they were shook that this man got away with murder. Out of everything, he got away with killing this man. And then the man was protected somehow. Like, how the fuck is that? That's impossible. How can you protect someone that murdered a superstar that was popular all over the world? A fucking megastar? Yeah, right. Something's not clean in the milk here. My heart is pounding. Here comes the cardiac arrest. Here, Michael, get your beauty rest. The sleep that you're never gonna wake up from, Sleeping Beauty. Witch doctor. Please, somebody stone this man. Michael's saying I was too weak to talk then, but I can talk now. Come too late. I also got this in the Prince reading. So come too late, right? Oh my God, it's a complete fucking accident. I should have been keeping track on this. Conrad Murray, you're a motherfucking liar. Bro, like, this is not even a joke. I'm in here yelling. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy as shit. Success, self-recognition, progress, public. Like, the public is gonna find out one fucking day. They're gonna know the truth. It's me, Michael, the one behind the curtain booth. So I don't know if Michael Jackson, when him and his siblings were little, if there was like pictures taken and like pictures in booths and shit like that, but I'm seeing little kids run around like around a place that has a picture booth. I'm hearing rockin' around the treetop all day long. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweet, tweet. It's me, Michael. I'm here and I speak. I just want my fans to know you made my life. You made it complete. To my son and my daughter, Daddy's always right next to you. Remember the time when we fell in love, and now I'm seeing him holding his babies when they were babies. His kids meant the world to him, and that was the hardest part about his death. That's what he's saying. It left a scar on his heart. He's always had like some kind of guilt when it came to this, that he left his kids and his life basically ended in conflict and tension. It just ended like he didn't want it to end that way. Don't remember me in my death, remember me in my music. When I left this world, I was overwhelmed, I was defensive, and I was paranoid. Like I said, Michael's soul has been through a lot within his life. A lot of trauma. He was tired. It was just time for him to let go.